All right, hey guys, not here today, so we're going to be going through um, a quick mini lesson. I'm going to be talking about some compound inequalities. What I do need, if you don't have one out already, is I need everyone to have a piece of paper out ready to go. So please pause the video and make sure everyone has a piece of paper out. All right, we're going to first start off just reviewing real quick and or statements. So just a reminder. Okay, when we're looking at our and statements, for instance, something like this, x is greater than 3 and x is less than or equal to 7. Okay, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, for the 3, we'd have an open circle shaded to the right. For the 7, we'd have a closed circle shaded to the left. Here's a big thing I want you to remember with an and statement. Is we shade, remember, where there's two lines. Okay, so I would shade the inside part. And then when it has an in between, this is in between, we're shading this middle section. Okay, there's that special way that we write it. So remember, we'd have x such that, and we're going to start with the smallest value, the 3. Okay, and we're going to use all less than symbols. So I'd have 3 is less than, and then I have the shaded section. The shaded section is my x's, the variable. And then I have less than or equal to. Now I put the or equal to because this is a closed dot, 7. And that's how we would go ahead and write that. Okay, so majority of and statements will look like this in the middle. Okay, you just got to make sure you verify it. We're looking for 2 lines. In an or statement, okay, remember, you're going to shade anywhere that there is a line. So we might have something like this: x is less than 3, or x is greater than 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. Well, I have an open dot on 3. That one's going left. Open dot on 5. That one's going right. And remember, we shade anywhere there's a line. So I would shade this left side, and I would go ahead and shade this right side. Okay. Now, for our solutions on these, you do not do the same thing. If you end up having 2 borders with an or statement, okay, we would have x such that, we're just going to write them separately. X is less than 3, and you put an or in between it. X is greater than 5. Okay, and that'd be our final solution. Okay, now I'm going to be giving you guys a problem. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to do it. Okay, so here's the first one. This is an and statement. If the sub would please pause the video and give the students 2 minutes to complete this problem. All right, this is an and statement. So I need to start off, okay, by solving these individual problems. So here's this one, and I'm going to solve this. Well, this one I need to add 8 to both sides. So add 8 to both sides, and I get 12 is less than or equal to p. Now here's something that a good number of people have been forgetting. Okay, they were forgetting this yesterday, is if we're going to graph this, we do have to put the p on the left. Okay, so I've got to revise this particular answer. All right, and it's eating the p, so eating the p. I do the second one. For this one, I have to add 14 to both sides. That's 0, and I get 16. Okay, so let's put this on the graph. Now it's an and, so remember, I'm looking for 2 lines on my graph. So we have, there's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This would be a closed dot on 12 going to the right. That's where it's important that we adjust this, because if we didn't adjust it, we'd be going the wrong direction there. Closed dot on 16 going to the left, and they are shaded in between. So my answer this is that special way because it's in between. It's be P such that, start with the smallest one, 12 is less than or equal to P, which is less than or equal to 16. All right. All right. Sub would please pause the video and give the students 2 minutes to complete number 2. All right. For number 2, this is an or statement. Okay. So I'm going to shade where there's any line. It don't matter whether it's 1, 2, or 20. I'm going to shade. So I need to solve these individually. So this first one, minus 6 on both sides. And I get R is less than negative 14. The second one, I would add 3 to both sides. I would get R is greater than negative 7. So let's put these on the number line to see where this ends up being. So there's negative 14, negative 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, negative 7. Okay, so I have some of these numbers on here. This would be an open dot on negative 14 going left, open dot on negative 7 going right. And remember, I'm shading where there's any line, so I'm going to shade the 2 outside parts. And again, remember from before, if I have 2 borders, I'm shading those outsides, just put an or in between it for our final answer. R such that R is less than negative 14, or R is greater than negative 7. And that's our answer. Okay, we got 2 more of these. So please pause the video and give the students 2 minutes to complete this problem. Again, this is an or statement. Okay, so I'm going to solve these individually. But remember, or statements, I'm looking for any line when I do my shading. So I should go minus 7 on both sides. Leaves me 4a is greater than or equal to 24. Divide by 4. I do not flip the inequality. Be a is greater than or equal to 6. Okay, the second one, that's already done. So I don't have to do anything. Put it on the graph. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so close dot on 6. That's going right. Open dot on 5. That's also going right. But remember, I shade wherever there's a line. So I'm going to shade the middle in the right spot. And when I do that, I end up creating a graph that only has one border. The 6 is no longer a border. It's taken over by all the shading. The only border is the 5. So I only have to mention that particular inequality in my final answer. So it'd be A such that A is greater than 5. Now, reminder, we haven't talked about this yet. Okay, 5 is not one of the solutions because that is an open dot. Okay, any of these other numbers to the right, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., those are solutions. If it's in the shaded area, it's a solution. Okay, our last one here. To sub it, please pause the video and give the students 2 minutes to complete this problem. Now, some of you may have had some issues with starting this particular one. Okay, this is a special one. It's usually a between problem. And this is an automatic and statement when it's written like this. Okay, now I need to break it up into its 2 parts and notice that there's 2 inequality signs. There's the less than or equal and then the less than. Well, put a box around what's in between them. So I'm going to put a box around G plus 4 because G plus 4 goes in both problems. The first problem goes with the left side. So I have 2 is less than or equal to G plus 4. And, okay, the second one uses the middle and the right side. G plus 4 is less than 7. And I solve this. So minus 4 on both sides. And I get negative 2 is less than or equal to G. Now, You need to make sure you rewrite this or your shading is going to be a little bit off. Okay, my G needs to be on the left. So I should have G is greater than or equal to -2. The second one, -4 on both sides. And I'm left with G is less than 3. Do my graph. So there's -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'd have a closed dot on -2, going to the right, an open dot on 3, going to the left. And remember, this is an and statement. So I'm looking for 2 lines. And there's 2 lines in the middle. And that should happen when you get one of these types. You should end up shading in the middle, unless they're really just trying to trick you. Okay? So my answer, G such that, and remember it's between, so I'll start with the smallest one, use less than. So this would be less than or equal to, because that's a closed dot, means -2 is a solution. My variable in the middle where the shading is, less than 3. And that would not, the 3 is an open dot that would not be included as part of the solutions. Okay? Now, you're going to be starting your worksheet here. I've left the answer key, one answer key with the sub, and there's also one posted on the chalkboard to the left of the board of my BenQ board. I do want you checking your answers, guys. You've got to make sure you're checking them. So right now we're going to be working on the study guide. Okay, here's the thing. You are not doing numbers 1 to 6. Okay, on each side, start with number 7. Okay, and you'll see what I mean when you get the worksheet. Start with number 7. So you're basically doing 7 to 12 on the front side, 7 to 12 on the back side. Okay, make sure you are checking your answers. If you need to take a picture of the answer key so that you have something to refer to, that's fine, but make sure you're actually showing the work. Okay, this will get turned into the sub at the end of the period. So make sure you get going on this. Sub, go ahead and pass out the worksheet. And again, make sure you're checking your answers. We will be doing more review on Friday. All right. Have a great day.